What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Jared. Today we're gonna be looking at a video from Brother Jeremy Hill, and we have another divestor explaining why she left black men. And keep in mind, he did this 9 days ago, so shout out to this brother. But let's take a look at this.
But this is not the show for you. Now, what I would be talking about in this reaction video is I'm gonna give you an example of a woman who explains why she left the black men of her race alone. She divested, and it was the best thing for her for these reasons, right? Like I always say to people like that, man, if you're gonna leave from one race to another race, man, cool. If you wanna do interracial, cool. But if your whole motive is to get away from black men because you don't like black men, or once you go over to the other side, and then when you're there, then you start to condemn and put down black men, all I gotta say to you is 2 words: good riddance. Be over there, be they headache, and stay your ass over there. That's all I gotta say about the matter. Now, this is for educational purposes, YouTube, and this is gonna educate you about women who talk like this. And this is my opinion. Now, let me go ahead and put it on the screen for you. 1 second, y'all. Let's get it.
Did I divest from being with black men because I have some sort of deep-rooted hatred for myself, or even some deep-rooted hatred for black males? Absolutely not.
Let's start there right quick. How come when a black man decides to date a white woman, let's say white woman, or any other race but white woman, y'all say that we hate ourselves, we hate our mamas, we hate everybody, okay? But when you decide to date a white man or somebody from a different race, then you're not hating yourselves, you're not hating your mothers, you love black people and stuff. You're a hypocrite. Boy, you're the biggest hypocrite walking around on this globe, man, okay?
You know, it's baffling to me that these women say this shit. Like, let me explain. Like Jeremy just said, whenever it comes to a black man marrying a white woman, or just in general, it's always a black woman out here saying that, oh, you hate your mama, you hate your sister, you hate everybody. But then turn around, when it comes down to them dating outside their race, there's nothing that they would rather do than to date a white man and throw it in your face. For the life of me, I am seriously trying to figure out why on earth is it such a problem when black men say, I'm done with the community, I'm done with the culture, I'm done with the problems that you bring to me, so I'm going to go out here and date other races of women? Why is it that when black men say this shit, it's always looked at as, oh, you hate your mama? Have you ever thought about this? Black men get tired of the shit. Same thing with black women when they date out. But the thing is, y'all praise the black women that get with white men, but y'all hate on the black men that get with white women, Latinas, or Asian women. So is it the you can't do what I do, and if you do what I do, I'ma hate on you for it? Is that it? Let's continue.
It's okay for you to do that, but it's not okay for us to do that, huh? Make that make sense to us.
Rooted hatred for black males? Absolutely not. Most black women who actually divest are quite the opposite. These are black women who have been extremely invested in seeing the upliftment of black people 9 times out of 10. It's very opposite of what we're the name calling, being called bed wenches, and we don't love ourselves and blah, 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 and we hate black men. No, most black women who divest are black women who live for the upliftment of black people.
Hold up. How's it that y'all say that y'all live for the upliftment of black people, but then on another turn, steadily talking shit, downplaying, and trashing black men at the same time? So how is it that you live for uplifting the black community, but you also, in that same token, live for the downfall and for the harassment and the degradation of black men. Because without black men, there'll be no community. Just like without black women, there wouldn't be a community. So I'm trying to figure out in my brain, since you hate black men, well, since you are divested from black men and you're sleeping white, how do you in turn put back into the community and try to uplift the community when the words that come out of your mouth is something completely different and the opposite of what you're saying? I'm trying to figure out this. Why did you even make this video? Because you sound crazy at this point.
Or who have lived for the upliftment of black people and gave that a run.
How's that isn't that a contradiction? You said that you live for the upliftment. That's like y'all saying you pro-black, but then you say I had enough of being pro-black, so I'm gonna go ahead and be anti-black men and get with another race. That a bunch of hypocrites running around here, man.
Or they're black women who love themselves dearly, but sat back and observed and saw logically what was going on and said, yeah, not me. And this is why I always talk about on my page about women being more logical at the beginning of the relationship and less emotional.
Let me rewind that back again, because she just sounded damn like a plumb crazy fool.
Yeah, not me. Observed women who love themselves dearly, but sat back and observed and saw logically what was going on and said, yeah, not me.
Black men do the same thing, but yeah, y'all say that they hate their family. Y'all say that they hate their mama. Y'all say that they hate their sisters. Y'all say that they hate their whole community if they go out and do that same shit. But when it's a black woman, it's okay. And to add fuel to the damn fire, you have black women that have dated and married white men and got done so bad to the point where these black women came right back to the black community, and now they all of a sudden they pro-black after they fucking disrespected, trashed, and downplayed black men all this time. Then when they get done wrong by these white men, these Latinos, these Asian men, then they want to come back to the black community talking about save us, brothers, help me, brothers. Like, ma'am, you literally just trashed us the whole damn time, and you got kids by this white man. But yeah, now you want to come back and want a savior? Then how this damn shit go? No, go back to your white husband, your white baby daddy, your white man. Go on back to the white man and deal with the consequences. Ain't no damn save me. Didn't you hear the song? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Exactly the point. She don't want to be saved. Fuck that.
And this is why I always talk about on my page about women being more logical at the beginning of the relationship and less emotional. Because we get our emotions and our very natural, loving, nurturing energy, especially as black women, weaponized against us.
A lie. First off, let me tell you that would never happen because all women are emotional. It always starts with attraction. And then when it comes to women, then it's emotional. Okay? Can I prove that? Yes. You find a lot of women who get with Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook or different types of bums. They was attracted to them, right? And then they find out the man's a piece of crap, beat up on her, cheat on her, and she can't pull away because she's emotionally attached to him. Now, logically, she starts to think this is not the right man for me, but emotionally, she stays there. So that'll never happen. Now the other thing about what she said, us weaponizing their love for us, man, that we don't do that. You do it to yourselves. And then you weaponize your bitterness towards us because of the repercussions or consequences of the decisions that you have made. You have 4 or 5 different baby daddies because you love them. And when you get mad, now you weaponize your terrible situation, your plight against us and say, all black men ain't this and that. Come on, man. You're a hypocrite.
Honestly, what these women do is they weaponize their supposed love. And let me explain that. When these women get mad at a specific type of men, it's always them pointing a finger at somebody doing them wrong. oh, you did me wrong, you this, you that. I'm tired of black men, so I'm gonna go find me a white zaddy. They always weaponize their love because they have nothing about themselves that actually would warrant a black man to actually want to be with them. That's the honest truth. Whenever it comes down to any of these type of women, you notice a certain pattern. They always say that I'm tired of black men. I've been done wrong. I've done all this, done that, and I've tried to be a good woman to black men. But meanwhile, if you look at their history and you ask men that they've dated, they'll probably tell you that this woman was insensitive. This woman was a pain in the ass. This woman didn't respect me. This woman didn't want to do anything for me. This woman was she was a leech in a sense. Then she turns on the victim card and say, "Oh, I've been done wrong. I'm this and that. I'm tired of black men." Or they'll say this, "Oh, black," or they'll say something like this: "White men, they're building themselves up, and black men are staying at the bottom, and I can't deal with that." And they will always weaponize their love, their supposed love, I should say, for another race, and try to make you jealous. Same thing that Shira 7 does. Same thing that Queen of Kings did. Same thing a lot of these other divestors do. It's not a damn. It's not a secret anymore at this point. They weaponize themselves and then get mad when nobody accepts that shit.
Continually by black men. Those who follow me know, like I did a video even last week where I talked about a little bit about the first wave of the feminist movement, how there came a point where there was a decision that had to be made whether they were going to next fight for the rights for white women to vote or for black men to vote. The black women who were deeply entrenched in helping with the first wave of the feminist movement ended up separating from those white women in that movement because they voted for black men to have the right to vote first.
This is not necessarily true. In the beginning, it was white women. They were fighting for maternal rights and suffrage and to have the ability to vote for, political change, healthcare and stuff, change like that. That's what they were voting for. Now, the black men should be the ones who get the right to vote before the black women, because at that time, it was the black men that were providing for the family. You get what I'm saying? The women was perfectly fine with that, okay? This woman is taking that narrative, the old stuff back then, and twisting the narrative, making it seem like the black women made a mistake, the black women didn't want to do it, the black women was pressured. That's not true. The black women understood the role that they had and understood the roles that men had, and they wanted safety from the oppressors, to say it like that. And the black man was on the front lines. So they wanted their black men to have the ability to vote, to have some type of power in society when it came to politics. Black women at that time was perfectly fine with not voting. I think it was it 1865 or 19? I can't remember what it was. But the black woman was able to vote later. So they did get the opportunity to vote later. And look what happened when they began to vote. They started voting for different things. Look at society right now. Everything that they want to do, that they vote for, is against black men. Not just black men, men, period. They want the system, the politics to favor them, but they want to trash us.
The thing about it, these type of women always trying, now, hold on, let me rephrase that. These women nowadays, they like to always spin the block about what happened back then. Oh, I couldn't have a bank account my ancestors couldn't have a bank account, which women couldn't have bank accounts back then. They always spin the block and say, "Oh, I can't do this, we can't do that," but they never tell the true history of all of this stuff. They always perpetuate a history that they believe is true, which is their own version of reality. not actually looking at the history of what really was going on. Now, back then, and I believe 1965, 1970, women didn't have the right to vote. Okay, black men got the right to vote, and then it trickled down to black women. But what they don't realize is black men, like Jeremy said, was taking care of the household. And then everything started going downhill after women started voting. Now, I'm not one that's going to say women shouldn't have the right to vote. That's not my perspective of the subject. But I do say this. If you're allotted the right to vote, you need to understand that if a war comes, you need to be drafted alongside the men. But her, she'd be the type that will vote for some bullshit. Then when a conflict happens, she want to play like she's a victim, and she's play like she's a feminine woman.
They love the fact that divorce court works in their favor. Now let the politics change and let men say, okay, let's change this. Then they're going to be mad about men voting. It don't make any sense, man.
They put them before themselves and a whole nother other group of women. They wanted to see the men of their community have some sort of dignity, pride, and some standing, right? So they went against even themselves to put the black men before them. I say this to say that the narrative that we have been sold at one point. So basically the urban legend that has been sold to so many black women of that if black women would just support black men more, if they would work with black men more, if they would build with black men more, if they would just, uplift them more, then everything in the black community would be all good. When the truth of the matter is that quite simply, I divested and women like me divest because we step back at a point and we realize, even when it's hurtful, we had to realize that black men simply, overall, not all, so don't come in my comments like a kindergartner saying, well, I'm married to a good black man and not all black men. We understand. We're talking about ratio. So we're talking about the majority here. So save that comment. Save yourself some keystrokes. You don't have to type that. We're aware. A majority of black men simply do not value being a husband, being a father, therefore being a pillar of their community, and therefore being a pillar of their state. And
that's a lie, because studies has proven that black men are the most involved the most involved fathers when it comes to rearing children. So this woman just speaking a whole lot of hatred, man. Like I say, you divested, stay over there. Don't come back over here later on, man. You stay over there. We ain't mad at you. Stay over there. We'll help pack your bag. Stay over there. Whoever you decide to be with, wherever you go, stay your ass over there. Now, what I don't understand, if you're so happy over there, then why you already got your nose in our business, okay? If you're so happy with Chad or whoever down there, if you're so happy divesting, why do you feel that you always got to come over to the black community to talk shit about the black men and what's going on with black men and black women? If you see, when a woman or a man is happy, he's not caring or she's not caring about what y'all got going on. You're not happy where you at. Secretly, a lot of women who decide to be with a different race and still want black men, they mad because they still want the black man. They just can't find a black man for them. They'll get with another man because he got better provisions, or the treatment might be better. They might treat her better. But deep down, she still wants to be with a black man, but her masculine energy and her bad personality and attitude keeps her from getting that type of man. So now she hates black men because they refuse to put up with her BS.
Shout out to Jeremy. Truly, shout out to Jeremy. Now, he said exactly what I said. And remember, when I said that she was gonna try to spin the block and say, oh, black men ain't doing this, black men ain't doing that, I knew it was coming. I was just waiting for the shit to hit the fan. See, these women like that, they believe that they're in the right, but they don't actually look at the facts. They're perpetuating that old stereotype from back then when, yes, in the 80s, early 90s, that was happening. And this woman looked like that woman looked like she ain't even old enough to even have lived or was just born in those times. So everything she's saying ain't her lived experiences. It's from somebody else that has told her about what was going on, and she formed her own opinions based upon somebody else's past. But women like that, they're lost. And like Jeremy said, they always like to involve themselves in black people talks when they over there sleeping white, and then be mad when somebody call their ass out. Like he said, if you were so happy with the white man that you with, if you were truly so happy, why is it that you have all this smoke? You have all this shit to say about what black men and black women are doing. If you truly didn't have nothing to worry about, if you truly was fine with everything that was going on with you, why do you have the nerve to come over here and say all of this rah-rah about black men and what black men are doing? To throw salt in the wound? And like I said, there's always these type of women that does that. But anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast on Spotify.com. Again, tonight we're going to be doing a live with a live panel. So if you guys want to come in and be on that panel, please do. It's going to be at 6 o'clock p.m. and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.